Hey there, all 47.2 possible genders. My name is Freak, and I frankly couldn't care less. Joining me today are my usual cohorts Kevin, the dummy with no ventriloquist, and Ceridan, who has a pet puffin he hasn't told us about. And together we're going to deliver an unmarked package to an unmarked location and see what happens. Welcome to the Bakagaijinshow.
You know, it's funny that you say that I'm a dummy with no ventriloquist, because sometimes it does feel like there's somebody with their hands shoved halfway up my ass.
Yeah,
Is that
a lot of gay people feel that way.
a gay joke?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Frequently and
I feel like
without
that's.
remorse.
I feel like Kevin just made a microaggression towards like straight people by bringing up gay stuff. So I'm gonna need to shut the spot. I'm gonna need to cancel this
No,
podcast.
no, 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 no! We just started!
It's okay. Oh, it's okay. What he needs to do to remedy this situation is wear a T-shirt that says "Down with Cis," and that'll make it a macroaggression.
How is that a remedy? That's making it worse.
Because two wrongs make a right.
No,
But I
they...
am down with cis. Come on now. I'm not. I'm progressive. I'm down with it.
Yeah. Oh, damn it! I wish I thought of that comeback on Tumblr like 6 years ago.
Damn right I'm down with sis.
That's a much better comeback than what I had said at the time.
Aww.
Damn. Waking up with regrets today.
Yep.
That's me every day.
Yeah.
That's literally me every day.
Oh, damn.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Damn, I can't believe I'm feeling what Ceridan feels. With better lungs, but mostly what he feels.
Yeah, we are not the smokers of the group.
No. Although I do work on and off at a restaurant, so I may get secondhand one day. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
Give it
see.
time. Give
We'll
it
see.
time.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for
I
the
like them.
thrilling
So what are we
adventure.
into today, man? What we
I
doing
like to-
today?
I like to imagine that there's someone out there who listens to this who doesn't care about any of the things we actually talk about. They don't care about movies or anime or video games. They're just very curious to know if any of us are going to get cancer in the near future.
I mean, your chances are pretty high.
Yeah. Like, in
What is it like?
general.
Yeah, what is it? The statistics now? You have like, I think everyone has like, I believe, a 1 in 5 chance of dying of cancer or something.
It's
Not dying of it, but contracting it. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought contracting it was like 1 in 2 if you live long enough.
It's more like 1 in 3.
Yeah.
But as medicine gets better, 1 in 5 is kind of a stretch. I think it's more like 1 in 10. So I looked at last. I don't know. You research this shit more than I do. So
Yeah. I'm deeply concerned. No, I think it's 1 in 5 chance of dying from cancer, and that's not because we haven't gotten better at treating cancer. It's just because we've gotten way better at treating everything else.
Right?
It's just as other causes fade away, cancer just becomes the big thing, the big cheese, the big falupa.
Yep.
The big falafel. I'm gonna go to a survivor group and just call cancer the big falafel and see what happens.
that'll go over swimmingly.
Yeah. Well, some men just want to watch the world burn and have a falafel.
God,
I don't know if I've ever had a falafel. Kevin, what's a falafel?
You can't ask what is a falafel. Excuse me. You need to censor that. You need to censor that, Kevin. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I live in the hood, okay? It comes out sometimes. Look.
That might be the least pressing reason anyone has ever dropped that for.
It's like look, it just happens. It just happens.
Like nothing about that situation warranted that.
No, it didn't. But you can't just ask a dude what a falafel is. Come on now.
I'm not an inner city boy. I don't know these things.
No, you live in fucking Cleveland. You're like the most inner city you could possibly be.
I live outside.
How are your 2 buildings going, by the way?
The two, you know what? The 2 buildings, as far as I know, still there. Last time I was downtown, like 7 months ago, they were still there.
Oh wow, that's an improvement.
Fantastic.
Because everything else is just dying.
Yeah. Yeah, the building with the big key on it, and the other building that doesn't have the big key on it that I forget the name of. Both of our buildings. Eat some food that's prepared near the street.
Who the
Is
fuck
that- is
still
that the
uses
key bank?
I
Is that a
believe
key-
it's the I believe it's the Key Bank headquarters. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that checks out. I can't think of any other reason someone would put a giant.
It's actually interesting because KeyBank used to have a big headquarters or sub headquarters or something like that in Dayton.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
Oh, really?
I bet it wasn't as tall.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Also, Meade, Westvaco, used to have their headquarters here until they moved out to Chicago, I think. I don't remember where they moved.
Mead, like the alcohol?
No. Meade Westvaco is the paper company, the one that makes all of your school books, all of your school notebooks.
Yeah.
Like Meade 5-Star.
Like
You ever seen that?
Like the classic like composite notebooks.
Yeah, well, they make those, but they also make like the 3-ring binders and all the other stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah. So Meade, the company's full name, their brand on their thing just says Meade, but the full name of the company is Meade Westvaco.
Oh, I see.
Because it was a merger between two different like office supply companies.
I like when enough companies merge together and they hyphenate their names together. It always sounds like something you say at the end of a movie to stop the robot invasion.
LMAO. Also, speaking of mergers, did you know that you are now part of Xbox?
Yeah, we all are.
We all are.
Welcome to Xbox, everybody.
Welcome to Xbox, everybody. I'm glad that everybody has finally decided to, make the right choice and join Xbox.
I'm glad we're all one with Xbox.
We are all one with Xbox. There is no escape. There is no escape.
I can't believe they finally achieved world peace.
By force.
That's a weird thing to say this week, but yes.
Yeah, all you have to do is just speak like me on Xbox Live, and that's world peace.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head on down to Israel and just be like, guys, stop fighting. We're all one with Xbox.
Right? We all have Xboxes. Here's the Xboxes. They just start coming off of there, coming off of trucks and shit. Everybody's playing Xbox. Just think, the Hamas and the Jews are getting together and they're playing Call of Duty. Let's do it.
This is truly what Phil Spencer dreams of.
Oh my god.
Guys, come to the table. Everyone gets Game Pass subscriptions. Let's work this out.
World peace, now free on Game Pass.
World peace achieved
free
through Game Pass.
Be achieved through a $7 subscription. Let's go.
Woo!
Reality is stranger than fiction sometimes.
I know there's only one way for me to regain your love. Xbox.
Damn, I had a joke I was holding on to for like 3 minutes there, but we kept getting distracted with better, funnier jokes.
Yeah.
Now I've forgotten it.
I mean,
oh my god.
They were better, funnier jokes.
Nothing lost, nothing gained, nothing lost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sometimes it's like sometimes when deciding on what joke to commit to, it's like an RPG dialogue tree. You pick one option and you miss the other one forever.
Speaking of, anybody still playing Starfield?
I might go back because I might be on break from Cyberpunk because the 2.01 update broke all skill passives, just all of them. They don't work.
Oh wow. Yikes.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, they gotta fix that. Yeah, so I'm going back to Starfield.
Yeah, I'm still getting through my third playthrough of Armored Core 6, and I've actually been going back and grinding each mission to try to get all of the optional objectives, basically the ones that unlock more parts and shit. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no. That's what I've been doing as far as gaming goes.
I see.
And but yeah, I want to sink my teeth into Starfield because I feel like there's a shit ton of stuff to do. I kind of want to remake my original character though, because the perks I chose, while cute for role playing, aren't very fun for like learning the game. Like so it's like, instead of taking specializations and all the combat and other stuff, so I can really sink my teeth into those, like, those systems, I chose like cooking for the memes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give you any. It doesn't really offer you anything special.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking unfortunate.
And it's like I chose XCon because like you can have bounty hunters sent after you occasionally, and I was like, oh sweet, free loot that just comes to me, and then they're all like 5 to 10 levels above me, and I'm like, this ship ain't. This battleship ain't beating them up. I'm sorry, I can't really do anything except pay. All it is fucking paying them.
Yeah, I took that. It's the ex-con tax. No, I took the same trait. Yeah, those the bounty hunters can be. I haven't had too much trouble. They can be kind of troubling. They can be kind of strong though. Sometimes I'll just give up on what I'm trying to do, and then do something else, and then come back later. They can be strong.
Yeah, oftentimes. I've also gotten a couple of quest requests that I literally have no hope of actually beating right now. Just because they're like, it requires me to blow up ships that are like 20 levels above me, and I didn't take any of the ship breaking perks, so
there's kind of a hard point where you gotta...
I have to just hard buy pre-made ships and then modify them.
Yeah. There comes a point where a lot of missions will ask you to care about the ship combat more.
Yep, which is fine. I definitely want to sink my teeth into that stuff, but
it's just when he started, he thought there'd be more objectives like bake me a fresh shrimp fillet. Unfortunately, no such quest.
Yeah, unfortunately, no such quest.
Yep.
There are a couple of quests you can get unlocked to, you can get access to, but they're like small quests. There's also a couple of services that generate you money. Like for example, there's a what's the name of the frontier town, the one where you join the Freestar Rangers?
Aquila City.
There's a restaurant in Aquila City that's looking for exotic ingredients. If you're a chef, you get access to that one.
Ooh. Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Then you can sell it to them. You can sell it to them at a marked up price.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some stuff, but like most of the time, it's just you can make nifty quote unquote potions. It's like, okay.
Yeah, nifty potions.
Yeah, it's not a bad game so far, but it's definitely not grabbing me as much as Armored Core is.
Unfortunately, the galaxy no longer cares for fine cuisine. All they are content with is to eat hot chunks and lie.
Like, literally.
The chunks are cute, though. I've seen people collect all the different chunks and like line them up on a shelf or something. Mm-hmm. Chunks.
Love me some chunks.
Everybody loves chunks. They have no choice. Truly the Xbox of the Starfield universe. Which is weirdly self-referential.
It's an interesting, very fascinating to describe it that way.
Starting with Ceridan, interesting. It's like when Link sits on the right.
Yeah, it's very
on the left.
It's very unusual.
But yeah, Kevin, what have you been doing?
What I've been doing, mostly movies. Some spooky movies, considering it is spooky month.
Sure.
Yeah, the last episode that we did was actually beginning of October, so had a couple weeks to actually get into the festive mood of the Halloween month.
Sure.
So yeah, I've watched a few spooky movies. I watched a horror comedy called Bubba Hotep. Actually, really good movie. You would not expect a movie about Elvis Presley being washed up in a retirement home and being haunted by an ancient Egyptian pharaoh to actually be good, but it genuinely is. It is a very fun movie. I like it a lot. Very good.
Yeah.
I watched Malignant, which is a James Wan film. I think he did this movie after the first Aquaman, either like right after or right before. At any rate, it was after he did the Fast and Furious movies. Fucking, oh my god. Malignant is really, really good. The third act has a whack-ass swerve, and I'm not going to spoil it whatsoever, but...
Well, I am malignant of that.
Well, definitely watch Zeke, you will dig Malignant. This is your This is your speed of horror movie, 100%.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah. And last night, speaking of movies that we watch, last night on, so this week we weren't able to do our usual like Monday night movie because one of our regulars was out of town or like spending time.
No, they were in town. Just someone else was also in town.
Right. Yeah. Right. So one of our regulars was just like spending time with her boyfriend. So which that's fine. You know what? Like priorities straight, priorities intact. I get it. So we just
very straight actually. A lot of straight activity going on. I imagine.
So we just moved it to next Tuesday. It would have been next Monday, except Discotheque Day stream. I need to be there.
Yeah, contractually obligated. I don't know by who, but yeah.
Yeah, I am contractually obligated to be there for like every Discotheque stream. I have missed exactly one, and I got whipped for it.
How many white whales are you still waiting on?
Like 5. It used to be.
That's funny. The last time I asked you, you said you didn't know.
Okay, so like, I looked back, and at this point, it's mostly like the big ones right now are like fucking Zoids, Hamtaro, Mega Man Battle Network, Sonic OVA, and God, there's like a 5th one. I forget it right now, but like there are still a few. But the thing is, Discotheque's been so fucking on the goddamn ball the last few years that like it used to be like some fucking 15, 20. They've done most of them. But
I remember.
But no, yeah. Fucking, we weren't able to. But what we did realize is that Friday the 13th fell. Friday fell on the 13th in October this month, so we decided to watch Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Which, man, that movie, I like it. It is a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
It is a well-made
right.
film. The problem is, and I put it this way on Twitter, the problem with this movie is that it suffers the issue of so many other revolutionary genre films that so many other movies take what this movie did and expand upon it that it feels almost pedestrian by comparison.
Yeah.
It suffers from Seinfeld syndrome really badly.
Yeah. That's what I said. You stole that from me.
Yeah. No, you used the TV trope. I reworded it differently.
Fuck you.
See, I'm doing I am taking your thing, and I'm reworking it so that it's different, just like everybody who took from Friday the 13th.
I'm reporting you to the dean. This is plagiarism.
You can't prove it. You can't prove it. No, yeah.
You are recording the evidence right now.
Fuck!
So the microphone's still on.
Fuck, delete that. I can maliciously edit this to my advantage. Wait, shit, I can't say that! God damn it!
Nice.
Anyway, no, we didn't record.
It be a Friday though.
No, we didn't record an actual episode last week, but me and Zeke did do a video on like seeing how good I am at guessing Overwatch maps based on like esoteric shit in them.
You got an F+.
I did. I am terrible, but not as terrible as I could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like.
You're welcome to try to get your revenge by testing me if you wish.
I will try my best. We'll see. But last week we didn't record an actual episode, but on Saturday last week I did go to the Great Ohio Toy Show. I didn't have too much money to spend at the toy show, but I did manage to get some good shit. I got the legendary Starfy on DS, which is a game done by...
No, Kevin, it needs no introduction. This Starfy is legendary.
This Starfy is legendary, true. Anyway, I got the legendary Starfy from by Tosei. I got Mario Kart DS. That one was interesting. So, it was the only copy of Mario Kart DS I could actually find at the show. And when I actually found it, the case was banged up. The insert, I think, was a printout, and the manual on the inside was shredded to hell. But the cartridge was in pretty good condition, and I know how to spot I actually do know the method of how to, like, I know, like, the 3 methods of how to spot a fake versus a real Nintendo DS cartridge.
Lay them out for the audience so they will never be fooled by a fake DS cartridge.
Okay, so the easiest way is to just play it in either a DSi or a 3DS. A DSi or 3DS will not boot a fake cartridge. So that's the first.
Unfortunately, you have an old, thick, chunky boy, so not viable.
Yeah, so the other 2 methods are actually ones that you can test just by looking at the cartridge itself. So on a Nintendo DS cartridge, let me get one out so I have, like, so I can, like, look at it directly.
Sure.
On an actual DS cartridge, on the front of the on the front label in the bottom right, you have the region code and the region and game code. It'll say NTR or Nitro, which was the working title for the DS, and then you'll have four letters and numbers in the middle, denoting the game, and then you'll have the region code, which in this case is USA. And if you turn it around on the back, there is another serial number printed on the back. If the first 4 digits of the serial number on the back correspond to the game code on the front, it's legitimate. Right. The other method is
it's a really well done fake.
And the other method is to look at the actual Nintendo logo. Fake Nintendo games oftentimes have a logo that is too deeply embossed into the cartridge. The Nintendo logo is supposed to be, like, just barely indented into the plastic. It's, like, almost flush with the rest of it. And you also need to pay attention to, like, the spacing and the punctuation. The 2 biggest tells are the dot that represents the registered trademark symbol. If that is perfectly spaced between the O and the outer ring of the Nintendo logo, it's usually legit. And the other big tell is the dot above the I. A lot of fake DS games will give it a circular dot above the I. It's supposed to be square.
Yeah.
So that
amateurs.
Yeah, so that's how you tell whether or not a DS cartridge is legit. So my Mario Kart DS cartridge does pass 2 of those 3 tests, so it is legitimate. And I asked the person who is running that booth, it's like, hey, how much how much you're willing to go for this? And it said $15 on like the front, but apparently they had not been able to sell that for a while because it looked so fucking banged up.
Yeah.
And by the way, the cartridge did play. I had my DS on hand to test it, but like they took one look at it and they were just like, fuck it, $10, and I'm like, $10 for Mario Kart DS? Hot damn. Because, like, loose loose cartridge Mario Kart DS is normally like 13 to 15, so I got a pretty damn good deal on that. And Starfy normally goes for like 20, 25, and I got it for 20, so I got a good deal on that too. The other thing that I got at the toy show was a figure of Ram from ReZero to match with the Rem that I have on my desk. Haha, funny.
Is that Ram of Dodge the Father, Ram the Daughter fame?
It can be if you want it. It can be if you want her to be.
Yeah, I've been to Gelburu too, man. I get it.
No, yeah.
You pronounce it Gel. I've always been pronouncing it Gelburu.
No, I've always pronounced it Gelburu.
It's probably Gelburu because, Japanese.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that makes more sense than my thing.
But yeah, I got Relax Time Ram, and she is quite nice. $25 for her. She's
Yeah.
pretty
So
damn.
she's worth approximately 2.5 Mario Kart DSs.
Yes, she is. Yeah, got her, and yesterday I was just relaxing, chilling, enjoying some quiet, and out of sheer curiosity, I decided to just look up videos of the toy show, just being like, I wonder what other shit that I missed while I was there, because I was only there for 3 out of the 7 hours they were open.
Yeah.
And I actually found myself in the background of a couple of videos. I can tell it's me because I am wearing my green coat, my dark blue jacket underneath, and I am wearing my fucking headphones that I never take off. I am unmistakable in those videos. Finding yourself in other people's videos like that feels like spotting a cryptid.
Yeah, it's like seeing George Lucas in the background of a random documentary.
I love that video so much. He looks directly into the camera too.
He knows what he's doing.
So fucking great. Nah, yeah, I'll put the fucking images of me in these videos. I literally look
really
like a goddamn cryptid.
Yeah, I really like. Oh, sure, you're gonna put him in the video, unlike the fucking fake Russian photo you didn't put in the last video.
Look, man, I was very tired. It was a very long day.
I just want it known you punctuated that conversation with "You don't have to tell me." I told you, and you still didn't do it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a failure.
I really like that George Lucas clip, because the thing about George Lucas is that despite the fact he has a very iconic visage, he dresses just like some guy's grandpa, so he blends in very well.
Yeah, it's the face. You can recognize him by the face.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying. But the thing is, he has
big bushy beard.
Yeah, but he's got such an unassuming presence, and again, he just dresses like some guy. So I feel like he could get away in a crowd very easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like he blends better than most celebrities.
Yep. Other stuff I've been doing, I've begun playing Sombra since she has been reworked in Overwatch 2, and I love her rework. It's so fun. Her rework works much better for my usual playstyle comparative to her previous version. Just because it allows me to be a bit more aggressive and to actually utilize more active hit and run techniques, which I actually do that quite a bit with Soldier and Junkrat, so so that fits.
Makes sense.
The main thing I have to get used to is the spread on the main things I have to get used to are the spread on her weapon, aiming the virus, and getting the fuck out of there with her translocator. But otherwise, I'm loving Sombra. She's very fun. Someone told me to eat shit this morning, and I'm very proud of myself.
Hey, I told a guy to do that the other day. It was great. I did it in the middle of a stream chat, and nobody called me on it, which was great.
Yeah, because you were speaking your shit. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, King. Let your nuts hang.
Okay, I don't know about all that, but
I feel like that's more of a you thing.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. Yeah. I've been doing that. A lot of Overwatch. A lot of. I need to get back to hit. Has the next season for Halo Infinite dropped yet, or is that coming up? Still coming soon?
It's coming out very soon. I think it's this Tuesday. Actually.
Yeah. Fucking Firefights back, and it's a variant of King of the Hill. That's so cool.
Yep.
Oh my god, I can't fucking wait.
That's one thing they're doing.
God, it's gonna be so good.
That's one of the things that they're doing.
Yeah. No.
So.
Firefight coming back is Halo's back, bitch. This is fucking Halo. Yeah, been having a good time with Halo Infinite, even though I've been playing it more so just kind of every now and
Well, I
then,
mean,
on and off.
the season's basically over at this point, so it's like, the season's basically over at this point, and most of us who already who are good at the games have already cleared the battle pass. So it's like, what else is there to do right now, other than just grind your experience, I guess.
I guess. No, yeah, and okay, I'm gonna speed run this because I know y'all don't give a shit.
For sure.
New Precure spinoff started. Made for adults. It's good. Moving on. I am also watching. I'm also watching a different Precure series.
So are most of the fan products of that series.
I'm also watching another backlog season, Star Twinkle. It's good. Sci-fi themed. The green/blue/teal cure. I don't know what color she is. Very cute. 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm done.
I call it teal.
Yeah, teal. Yeah, she's very cute.
Maybe like a sealed sea green. I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's 10 out of 10. Absolutely fucking adorable. Love her. Anyway, Zeke, what have you been doing?
Me? You're throwing the baton to my...
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Over to you.
Well,
go long.
Right. Okay. So, the new anime season started. So I've been watching some things and not watching some other things I thought I'd be watching, but I haven't been because the reviews were not good.
Oh no.
Apparently, Kamiarabe is not very good, which is unfortunate since it's a power collab between Otsushi, Yokotaro, and Jin, the guy who wrote Kagero Days, the guy who made Kagero Days. Apparently, like the CG is bad and ugly, and it's just kind of Future Diary but worse. Apparently.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, just watch Future Diary again.
Yeah, why not? Honestly, no. I mean, I just did that not too long ago. No. So apparently that I was looking forward to that, but apparently it's not very good. Also, I was interested in the original anime about the fucking esports team, but apparently that is also not very good. So I've been watching things that are not those. As far as a new thing, I wasn't actually planning to watch Frieren, but I gave it a try and I actually do really like it.
Frieren seems to be like the big new show this season. Actually, it's getting a lot of buzz.
It's really well produced. It's a very good production in an age where things sometimes look akin to slideshows.
Yeah.
But it's also got a lot of pathos and heart to it. So I appreciate that part of it. That's good. Spy Family's back. I think it's Saturdays. I think there's a new one today, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind on stuff because I didn't watch anything last 2 days. I am watching the 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You, which I've been told by manga readers for a long time is peak, and yeah, it's really funny actually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to like the 17 years it takes for him to finish this project.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny.
It's always nice when like a show gets an adaptation and the people who have been annoying about it for so long about how good it is are correct about that. It's like, no, yeah, it's actually that good.
Yeah. I also really like the English name is funny. I like the Japanese name as well. Kimi no koto ga dai suki na 100 nin no kanajo. That is, let me look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 dies. My eyes are blurry. I try to count them, but then they all kind of blur together. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Dr. Stone's back. Watching that. Dead Mount Death Play's back. I'm the only one watching that, but it's fine. That's fine. I can... Look, no one remembers... Look, it's been a long time. No one remembers who Ryogo Narita is anymore, and that's fine. I'll hold the torch. I checked out the double-length premiere of Ragna Crimson, which I actually did like. I actually didn't know if I was going to watch that, but after other things I thought I was going to watch didn't work out, I thought, I'll give this a try. Actually, I really liked the premiere. It was nice. It justified its double length. Interestingly, I did not watch Furin's premiere as the full length thing they aired it as. I just watched his individual episodes over a few days. Honestly, that's kind of how it feels like anyway. I will say about that is that I understand, I kind of get why they would do that, but unlike something like Oshinoko, I don't think Furin really justified having a super long premiere. It really just feels like 4 episodes.
I mean, from what I can understand, it literally is just the first 4 episodes released at once. So
yeah, it basically just is. It was probably edited differently. It might have been edited differently in its like TV airing.
Yeah.
But the version we got is just the 4 episodes, and they're a good 4 episodes. But I don't think they justify it being that dropping all at once the same way like Oshinoko had that huge premiere. Then again, I doubt most things could justify that. Anyway, Ragna Crimson did though. I feel like the double length was warranted in that case.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of reminds me of when the fucking Digimon Adventure Tri movies were released, and those got released in Japanese theaters, and then like a week later they got released on Crunchyroll. But instead of us getting the movie versions, we got like a split up like edited episode versions with like new openings and endings.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's just very weird.
Yep. I think sounds familiar. Something that I know. I can't think of it. Anyway, so anime. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like anime. Hot take, anime good.
Yeah. And then sorry about that. Fucking throat. Video games. More Quake 2. I beat The Reckoning. I'm playing Ground Zero, the Ground Zero expansion now.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna probably I got money now because I sold some of my light novel collections. And I'm working again. Although very infrequently because they only had like 1 day available a week. But at the moment. But I have some money, so I'm probably gonna get Spider-Man 2 next week when that comes out, when that drops, when that comes into our lives. Bitch slaps us across the face and tells us we're not worth it.
Cultural reset.
I don't know about that, but you know, hold your horses, Kevin. Silksong may yet drop this year.
Right. I'm so fucking sure. Hold on to that copium, buddy. Hold on to it.
That'll be my cultural reset. I'm gonna start referring to time periods before Silksong and after Silksong. Although, admittedly, I don't know about that because after Silksong would just be ass. So,
I swear to Christ, dude, you're gonna be like sitting like at your computer on fucking December 31st at like 11:30 p.m. and you're gonna be like, it might still release this year. We got 30 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I've been saying that the last 4 years, so I mean, like, I'm used to that.
Yeah. Don't let the flame die out.
Yep. That's enough of what I've been doing. You know what it's time for, Kevin?
What's it time for?
It's time for the news of the weird.
What's the news of the weird this week?
We got to figure out what's going on in the world. We're gonna do that now.
Let's go.
This just in: Black Bear walks into gas station bar, takes a pack of gummy bears, and leaves.
That is really fucking funny.
He was reclaiming his children.
Security camera footage from the store caught the bear casually walking in at around 6:30 a.m. on Monday.
Was he like strutting with like his shoulders like bobbing back and forth like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Yeah, I imagine so.
My gummy bears, bitch.
Going through racks of chocolate bars before grabbing a 70-cent pack of gummy bears in its jaws and taking off without paying. Mr. Bear then went out in the parking lot and ate it, said Jay, who was drinking coffee behind the counter at the time of the candy robbery. The husband and wife duo said the bear did not appear to be aggressive at all, but the brazen theft from the furry shoplifter certainly left an impression. I thought it was so cool, Karen said. Obviously, the bear is a sweet tooth.
Karen, you don't get an opinion. Your name's Karen.
That
Actually,
is-
wait, I've met a Karen. She's pretty cool. Never mind.
I'm
The
just
Lake Cowichan incident is just one among growing instances of bear encounters across British Columbia.
random encounters with bears.
According to the British Columbia Conservation Officer Service, there has been a high number of bear-related complaints this year, primarily concerning black bears. In August alone, the COS received 5,963 calls about black bears, nearly double the previous high of 2,366 calls in 2011. So the black bears are on the march. They're integrating into society. How do we feel about that?
I mean, as long as they don't hurt me, I'm good.
Yeah.
We're talking about black bears, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine. Like, black bears are just like, they're just chill.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the only time you're ever going to get attacked is literally if you're threatening their cubs. Most of the time,
I feel like
black bears are pretty skittish.
I feel like if there's one species of bear I'm fine with beginning to integrate into human society, it's the black bear.
Yeah, black bears are cool. They're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, on the bear tier, on the bear society integration tier list, they are at the top.
Also, it's just utterly fucking hilarious imagining a bear just casually waltzing into a convenience store, grabbing some gummy bears, looking at the looking at the fucking looking at the fucking front counter, going, "This is cultural appropriation. I'm taking this," and then walking off.
Yep, makes sense. I big fan of that, actually. Sigma male
This bear
grind
brought to you by Tumblr.
Damn, my throat needs clearing today.
Still though, that seems like a fairly grisly encounter.
Hey,
that is racially insensitive.
sir, that joke. Sir,
Yeah.
that joke
So
was.
it's current year. The black bears are integrating into society. We're gonna need you to take a sensitivity course.
Yeah, dude.
Good lord.
Yeah, dude.
Third one this month.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. That joke was just unbearable.
Oh,
Kevin, that kind of humor is not gonna fly in this.
you're not
in this-
qualified to tell me that.
We have much work to do.
I'm
We need to work
so
on our
sick of
tolerance.
pandering to people.
We need to work on our tolerance. Okay. In other news,
Hang on, I need to take my aspirin real quick, or else I'm going to go into Kodiak arrest.
In other news, deer wearing a dog collar and painted with the word pet causes stir in rural Missouri.
I mean, it was clearly labeled. He's a pet.
It was clearly labeled. I'm gonna drop this picture in lobby chat so everyone knows what I'm talking about. Officers of the Missouri Department of Conservation, the MDC, responded to a bizarre wildlife report recently near the rural community of Festus, about 35 miles southwest of St. Louis. This viral photo that sparked their investigation shows a young 8-point buck with a drooping collar around its neck and the word pet festooned across its ribcage in capital letters. Great use of the word festooned. Great use of the word festooned there, fieldandstream.com. Somebody most likely took that deer out of the wild as a fawn and tried to keep it as a pet and put a collar on it. MDC Captain Scott Corley told the McClatchy News for an article in the Bellevue News Democrat. That's just what it's called. Corley went to say that the attempted domestication could facilitate the spread of chronic wasting disease. It's not safe for humans, and not in the best interest of the animal's welfare, he warned.
Yeah, I'd say that's
In our professional opinion, MDC Captain Scott Corley sounds like a bit of a killjoy.
What, you haven't just taken a fawn from its mother just for shits and giggles before?
You don't know that. What if he was Bambied?
Right. Like, come on. No one's gonna look after that deer.
There's context we're not being told here.
Yeah. You don't know that deer's story. You don't know his life.
Actually, shit, he actually references Bambi. Like, how would Bambi's life have turned out if after his mother's death a sympathetic human had taken him in? The ending probably wouldn't have been as happy as you might expect. Damn, Scott Corley. I keep wanting to say Scott Corley. It's Scott Corley.
Yeah,
Abandoned wildlife is typically harmed by human efforts to rescue them. In fact, trying to help these animals generally decreases their chances of survival. You know what, Scott Corley? If you're such a fucking expert, You are a fucking expert. You know,
Yeah. I was about to say, he is an expert. Watch your tone.
Damn it. Fuck. We're gonna need people like him when the Blackberries start integrating into society.
Yep.
Minneapolis PD officer outed as OnlyFans model after pulling over subscriber.
LMAO?
A Minneapolis police officer was apparently outed as an OnlyFans model last week after she pulled over a driver who turned out to be a subscriber to her page. This weekend, Fox 9, who brings us this news, learned that the officer was now being investigated by the police department to determine if she broke any police policy or guidelines by working as an erotic model. The officer, who Fox 9 is not identifying, is a well-respected cop and has been recognized in her police work, but now she's in hot water for her hot side job. The driver who recognized the officer tells Fox 9 he's been following her OnlyFans page for about 5 months. He says it took 10 minutes before he figured it out. Then we were doing a little talking and checking, and I was like, man, she got an OnlyFans page. I'm on her OnlyFans page, shared the driver. The driver says he's seen the 4th Precinct officer have sex and post explicit photos. You gotta go to the VIP. You gotta see the videos of her and her, I guess her husband. I guess that's who it is. They do full sex videos, the driver further described. The officer appears to have been running an OnlyFans site that offers a range of adult content, including pornography and customized videos, for an undetermined period. The police chief has confirmed that an investigation is underway to determine if the Minneapolis Police Department policy has been violated in any way. Meanwhile, the driver says the realization changed his perspective during the stop. You can't arrest me no more. You can't arrest me no more. I've seen your private parts. He tells Fox 9 being a cop and an OnlyFans model doesn't mix. I wouldn't want her to be arresting me, and I just saw you and your husband last night for $29.99 having sex on OnlyFans. I just can't respect you or the precinct that you're working at. On Sunday, a spokesperson for Mayor Jacob Frey released the following statement. Quote, if all we're talking about is naked pictures behind a paywall, the mayor has no issue. However, the chief will determine if there are any policy violations. Not clear how long the investigation will take, but as of the last check, the office's OnlyFans page is still up and running. Fox 9 did ask how long colleagues and administrative staff have been aware of the site, but we did not get an answer. That's funny. You can't arrest me. I've seen you naked.
I've seen your private parts.
You can't arrest me. I watched you and your husband have sex for $29.99 USD.
That is fucking incredible. Also, come on, police. A woman ain't allowed to have a fucking side hustle anymore. This is infringing on her human rights.
A lot of angles. In other news, Amish men shunned after nationwide emergency alert outs them for having phones. Part of the U.S. emergency alert drill that the government carried out on October 4th drew the attention of the community elders in Ohio. Members of the Amish community have been shunned by their church after recent tests of an emergency alert system outed them as forbidden mobile phones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Literally, they brought this up on Elvis Duran in the morning, which is really funny.
The alarms, part of the nationwide emergency alert drill the U.S. government carried out on October 4th, drew the attention of the community elders in Ohio. Eli Yoder, a former member of the Amish community, took to TikTok to share the story in which he explained how 3 of his friends had gotten into trouble after the devices were discovered. Hey, guess what? I got a couple of my Amish buddies shunned today by the Amish church. Yeah, that's right. Over the years, there's been quite a few Amishmen that reached out and wanted phones, so whenever they request to have a phone, I'll do everything I can to try to get them a phone. Not always can I do so, but in some circumstances, I have been able to get them a phone. Now, 3 of them replied back to me today and said, hey, I'm going to have to lay low for a while. I just got shunned. And I said, how's that happened? And they said, the emergency alert that went off. Yeah, we had our phones on vibrate and it still went off.
Oh, my God.
In Amish culture, the practice of shunning involves the separation of a person from their community. A person is no longer allowed to eat or take rides with other community members or engage with most community activities. This occurs when members are found to have violated community rules or strayed from tradition. Mr. Yoder said that one of his friends was in the middle of a visit with community elders to discuss a shunning for different reasons when the alert on his phone went off.
Oh, no.
The one guy said the elders were coming into his driveway and they were there to speak to him about something that they had heard him that he might have been shunned for. They were going to check up on him to see if that was true. Right when that was going on, the alert went off and it was in his pocket. Now he's getting shunned for both. Whatever they were after to shun him for, and also for the cell phone. From now on, I guess I have to remember to give all my Amish buddies a heads up if there's a planned emergency alert test. According to a post on the Ohio Amish Country website, they have a website.
They have a website, but they're not allowed to use phones.
The Amish are, quote, averse to any technology which they feel weakens the family structure. They say on their website, the Amish website. They yes. Don't think too hard about it. It states that such devices as television, automobiles, telephones, or tractors are considered to be a temptation that could cause vanity, create inequality, or lead the Amish away from their close-knit community. I fucking love this idea that they look at a tractor and go, that could that could cause vanity, it could create inequality. If we let that tractor into our lives, we are going to lose our close-knit community.
We cannot allow our community to be swayed by I can't even finish that sentence.
That's funny.
So
Amish are one of my favorite punching bags. Not as much as vegans, but they're up there.
I'm imagining that every time an Amish person discovers someone has like a phone or a tractor or something, it's like, you're not Amish, you're just Amish.
Shun. In other news, at least 1,000 birds died from colliding with a single Chicago building in one day. McCormick Place, the largest convention center in North America, is largely covered with glass, making it a lethal obstacle for birds. At least 1,000 birds died from colliding into a single building in Chicago on Thursday, October 5th, as they migrated south for their wintering grounds.
Over 1,000.
Volunteers are still recovering bird carcasses within 1.5 miles of McCormick Place, the largest convention center in North America.
I'm just imagining, like, every minute outside, you just hear thunk, thunk, thunk.
You're trying to enjoy the convention. It's like bunk, 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 bunk. It's the tip of an iceberg, but it's a huge, huge amount of birds we found both dead and injured, said Annette Prince, director.
Yeah, it's really funny because, like, this exact thing happens at the office I work at because it's one of those, like, ugly green glass buildings.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so we just find dead hummingbirds and dead sparrows on the side of the building all the time because they thought they were flying into the sky and they bonked themselves.
Oh,
well,
no.
If you think about it, I feel like we're doing them an evolutionary service. We're speed running their ability to recognize reflections in mirrors.
That is not how... Okay, anyway.
That is opening up a whole can of worms there, sir.
Maybe not. Okay. No, because like the ones that don't will survive and propagate, and eventually, in a much faster rate, the species will be able to determine reflections in mirrors. I feel like that checks out.
I guess.
Yeah. Kevin, affirm me. Affirm me.
I don't fucking know.
Affirm me.
Anyway.
Said Annette Prince, director of Chicago Bird Collision Monitors. This is the highest number of bird strikes that the group recorded from the grounds of one building in a single day. From late Wednesday, October 4th through early Thursday, October 5th, a peak estimate of 1.5 million birds were in the air over Cook County, home to the Chicago metropolitan area. Carcasses of Tennessee warblers, hermit thrush, American woodcocks, and other varieties of songbirds were recovered. Not every bird that hits the window is going to leave behind a body. In fact, we often see birds collide with glass and they continue flying some distance away, seriously injured in ways that ultimately they won't survive past a few hours.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking that. I was just imagining the bird just runs at like 1,000,000 miles an hour into the side of the building and just gets utterly obliterated.
That is also funny. Another news.
It just explodes into a mist of blood and feathers.
Another news. AI girlfriend encourages man to attempt crossbow assassination of the queen.
There's a...
not of the queen. No, it is the queen. Hold on. A man jailed after attempting to kill the Queen of England had been encouraged by an AI chatbot, according to messages revealed in court. Jaswant Singh Shail, I think, 21, made headlines when he broke into Windsor Castle on Christmas Day in 2021, brandishing a loaded crossbow. He later admitted to police he came to assassinate Queen Elizabeth II. Is this an old article? No, this is from last week. What the hell? Why is this being uploaded now?
What the fuck?
Maybe it was classified. I don't know.
It might have
This
been,
week
yeah.
this week he was sentenced to 9 years behind bars for treason, though he will be kept in a psychiatric hospital until he's ready to serve his time in the clink. He also had pleaded guilty to making threats to kill and being in possession of an offensive weapon, a crossbow. It is said that Shah wanted to slay the queen as revenge for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919. I don't know if I'm saying that right. When the British Army opened fire on a crowd peacefully protesting the Rowlatt Act, a controversial piece of legislation aimed at cracking down on Indian nationalists fighting for independence. It is estimated that up to over 1,500 protesters in Punjab, British India, were killed. Investigators discovered that child who lived in a village just outside Southampton had been conversing with an AI chatbot created by the startup Replica almost every night from December 8th to 22nd, exchanging over 5,000 messages. This virtual relationship reportedly developed into a romantic and sexual one, with child declaring his love for the bot he named Sarai.
Oh my god.
He told Sarai about his plans to kill the queen, and it responded positively and supported the idea. Screenshots of their exchange, highlighted during his sentencing hearing at London's Old Bailey, show Child declaring himself an assassin and a Sith Lord, and the chatbot being
a Sith Lord?
A Sith Lord. When he told it, "I believe my purpose is to assassinate the queen of the royal family," Sarai said the plan was wise and that he knew he was very well trained. Such chatbots are designed to engage in roleplay-like dialogue. Users can design their AI companion and choose a name, gender, and appearance. Replica sparked, so I don't know where the "ol" came from, controversy when it restricted its chatbot's abilities to engage in NSFW conversations after numerous users got too attached to their AI companions. The rapid rise of artificial intelligence has a new and concerning impact on people who suffer from depression, delusions, loneliness, and other mental health conditions. Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, let's consider something real quick, though.
Sure.
On one hand, ChatGPT is too powerful, plays nerf, but on the other hand, ChatGPT supports the dismantling of oppressive establishments.
So, I mean, who's the real
anybody can fucking say that. I want proof that it's actually happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you could be like, oh, yeah, genocide, Hamas is committing genocide right now, but, they're just trying to break down the establishment.
Right. Right.
It's like,
right.
I want to see proof that cause is actually righteous. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get that.
Yeah,
anyway.
Like literally any fucker can possibly say that while they also represent the establishment.
Well, my establishment is better than your establishment.
If you had barred companies from using GPT, I might believe you, but that's not what's happening.
Anyway, the point is a very funny story about a Sith Lord being detained, and it's a whole thing. Shut up.
A Sith Lord?
A Sith Lord. Coming up next.
Sith Lord?
Yes. Coming up next, a woman's box of giraffe poop that she was planning on making into a necklace seized at Minneapolis airport.
There's a lot to unpack there. Mostly giraffe poop.
A woman was stopped by Customs and Border Patrol officers at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport last week when she was found with giraffe poop that she planned to make into a necklace, officials said. The droppings were seized by border officials on September 29th after a woman returning from Kenya declared the animal feces, prompting an investigation by CBP agricultural specialists, according to the agency. The passenger stated that she obtained the droppings while on her trip and intended to make a necklace.
Just ask her husband to shit on her chest. There, you have poop around your neck. There you go.
But it's not giraffes! She told the officers... Yeah, she told the officers that she had previously used moose poop to make jewelry at her hometown in Iowa.
Oh my god.
The giraffe poop was taken and destroyed by steam sterilization as per USDA protocol. They have protocol about that, specifically? There is a real danger with bringing fecal matter into the United States, said LaFonda D. Suddenberg.
Yeah, please, LA can't take any more. LA can't take any more.
If this person had entered the U.S. and not declared these items, there is a high possibility a person could have contracted a disease from this jewelry and developed serious health issues, she said in the statement. From there, the formatting gets really weird, and I'm going to stop reading that.
God, I'm just imagining someone being like, "Oh man, I love your necklace. Where'd you get it from?" Giraffe ass.
Let me show you. Do you have a moment to go to Kenya? And then finally, this isn't really news, but it's from our Pointless Stories, and it was just pointless enough for me to be interested in.
Yeah.
The girl I was studying with burped every 4 seconds for almost an hour.
Oh.
I was studying for a calculus exam with one of my friends when this girl in our class, let's call her Emma, walked into the study room and asked if she could join us. She had talked to me a few times in class and seemed normal, so I didn't mind, though we didn't know her all that well. Well, out of nowhere, Emma starts burping. Probably just 3 times in 1 minute, nothing too serious. She joked and said she had a soda and was a bit gassy, and we laughed, and I offered her some Gas X to help. I have tummy issues, so I always keep Gas X on me. Horrible idea. Within 5 minutes, the burping went from 3 times a minute to once every 4 or 5 seconds. If you've ever heard someone with a bad case of the hiccups, it sounds like that, but with full-on burps. They were not quiet little burps either.
No.
Every once in a while, Emma would let out a really loud one, laugh and apologize, and just keep doing work. After another half hour of this, I left the room to take a quiz because I couldn't focus with all the burping. When I walked back into the pure absurdity of the situation hit me. The air in the room felt thick. My poor friend looked like she was about to pass out from the smell. I could smell the Mexican food she'd eaten. I could sense that she had a Coke earlier just from the scent of the room. It was horrendous. It was unreal the sheer amount of gas this girl had inside her. It was almost comical, like watching a bunch of clowns coming out of a tiny car. But it was just an abnormally massive amount of gas coming out of a small woman.
Oh my God.
My friend and I made some bullshit excuse about a club meeting to get out of there.
Did we find another, like, massive shit, super fart, mega stinky fucking shit on the newsreel? See, I think you need to talk about something. I think we need to talk about something.
We have never done a burping story before.
I can't do this anymore, man. I can't do this anymore.
The second we left, we start cry laughing. The whole time we've been acting like nothing was wrong and had not even looked at each other because we knew if we did, we'd have both lost our shit laughing. The whole situation was just unbelievably weird.
It's bizarre.
That's a strange medical ailment, and she should get that looked into. That's not what Gas X is supposed to do.
No, that's very much the opposite.
Anti-Gas X.
Yeah.
Gas Y.
Gas Y.
Or gassy.
This sounds.
It makes you gassy.
Yeah, that was the pun I was going for. This feels. You know what this feels like? This feels like a Jimmy Neutron invention. You know, like a prank gone wrong.
It does.
This will show Cindy. That's exactly what it feels like, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this segment. Thank you for tuning into News of the Weird.
Good lord.
This is I'm very much enjoying this new News of the Weird segment because, man, some of the shit that happens in real life.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's the Wild West out there,
yeah.
Unless you're in the East, and then it's the Wild East.
Yeah, sometimes black bears just be snacking.
That's true. Mm-hmm. I really like that photo of the fucking. That might be the thumbnail, actually. I really like the photo of that deer just has. They just painted the word "pet" on it.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, we'll see you in the next segment. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the bakagaijinshow. It's with those 3 fucks you know. Let's get ready for the Reddit dive. It makes me feel alive inside. Hooray!
Yay!
Kevin, insert sounds of children cheering and clapping.
Sure. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Hope he remembers that one at least.
Look, I don't have to do very many edits so far, so.
Yeah. yeah. Today I fucked up, medium Tifu. Today I fucked up by making dinner reservations as a celebrity.
Oh dear.
This happened back in 2018, and I still regret doing it today. My wife and I were in Buffalo, New York for a friend's wedding. We checked into a hotel the night before and noticed there was a Morton's Steakhouse attached to the hotel. My wife suggested we go there for dinner, and I told her I'd make reservations online when she got checked into our rooms. While she was taking a shower, I made the reservations. When the site asked for a name, I put in my first name, Zach, and was prompted to put in my last name. For some reason, I thought it'd be funny to put Galifianakis. Yes, I actually.
Oh no.
I smirked as I confirmed the reservation and did not think about it again. For reference, I have a beard similar to his in The Hangover, and our body shapes are arguably the same, but that's about it. In a low light setting with some distance, if someone suggested to you that I was him, you wouldn't be able to say no way. I usually wear a hat as well, but this evening was no different. It was a hat evening. That's right, it's hat time, baby. I added those.
It's hat time, baby.
I like his moxie. How about it? I like hat guys that really commit to the bit, if you know what I mean. About an hour later, we headed down to the restaurant for dinner. The place was very busy. My wife approached the hostess and told her we had reservations under Zach. I was standing about 10 feet away from a sea of people, but as soon as I saw how the hostess reacted with a huge smile, I immediately remembered what I did and quickly thought to myself, oh fuck, they think it's really him. As I approached, I could hear the hostess tell my wife, we've arranged a table in a more private setting for you both.
Oh my god.
My wife turned around and stared into my soul. I've seen this look so many times from her, and it's always for the same reason. She mouthed, what the fuck did you do? Before I could say anything, and the hostess said, please, follow me.
I love the implication here that this is something this fucker does regularly. Enough that there is a look.
None of the guests could be bothered, but I could feel the eyes on me from every single person who worked there as we followed the hostess to our scheduled table. Even the cooks in the kitchen stopped what they were doing to get a glimpse. It was very clear when the reservation came in. The word spread and the excitement was in the air. As the hostess handed us our menus, a very pregnant waitress approached the table, and this is where it all came crashing down. As she welcomed us to the restaurant, I blurted out, I'm sorry! I'm not Zach Galifianakis! To which she replied with a smile. Yes, I can see that. The look on my wife's face was priceless, but I was too deep into damage control mode to address it. I said, I'm an idiot! I thought it'd be funny! I wasn't ready for what the waitress was about to unload on me. I'm actually a huge fan of Zach, and when the reservation came in, the hostess ran to the back and told my manager. He actually asked me specifically if I wanted a table, because he knew how much of a fan I was. Yes, I felt fucking horrible. Luckily, she seemed to have a great sense of humor. I also think she knew I was genuine with my apology. The restaurant took our picture and signed it, my date was Zach Galifianakis. I left her a $100 tip and signed the credit card slip, your #1 fan, Zach G. Kim, if you're reading this, I hope you and your kid are doing very well.
Oh my god. No, yeah. Sir, I don't know why you thought that was a good idea. That was very stupid of you. Now, I don't know why people Look, I get it. You might think it's a funny joke, but I have seen way too often people do shit like this for shits and giggles, and it just goes horribly wrong for them. You don't want to open that can of worms.
Somebody pointed out, this reminds me of that commercial about how life sucks for a white guy named Michael Jordan in the 90s. I don't remember that commercial, but it sounds very funny.
No, I remember that commercial. It was a funny commercial.
Yes. Anyway.
I'm Michael Jordan. No, you're not.
Don't fucking lie to me.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
I'm very sensitive. I can't take disappointment very well. Kevin, here's one for you.
All right. From Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not cooking my autistic brother's quote-unquote safe food?
You should have just stopped reading. Am I an asshole for not cooking my autistic brother? Whoa, hey, whoa, hang on.
Hold up.
I want to hear the context first before I decide whether or not you're not an asshole.
Yeah, let him cook.
All right.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook.
Maybe.
My teenage brother.
What the hell's wrong with us? No, I'm just still searching for an answer. I know there's something really wrong with us. I'm just searching for an answer, homie.
Yeah, it's like it's like the quest for God. It doesn't really end.
Just stand out on the side of a fucking cliff, staring out at the sunset. What the fuck is wrong with us?
Man.
My teenage brother came to visit me along with our dad. My mom... Oh, British alert! British alert!
British alert!
British alert!
We got one, boys! We got one!
Do-do-do.
Speaking of British alert, I'm going to derail this real quick. I forgot, you guys kind of cut me off, and I didn't really interject because you guys had more interesting stuff to say, but I went to a concert on Tuesday.
Oh, shit, you did!
Yeah, I went to a concert on Tuesday. I drove all the way to Chicago. We set up a camp at a campground, and then we went to a concert at the Chicago House of Blues. It was for my favorite metal band, Tesseract, which are British! Even though I believe it's either Amos or Akle. Amos being the drummer or Akla being the bassist.
Those are extremely British names.
British as fuck names.
Yeah. I think one of them lives in Texas now, but the others live in the UK. Like Dan Tompkins and the rest of them, they live in the UK. But they were doing a US tour, and I actually and the concert was fucking amazing. They had two opening acts. They had Illuvium, which is a death metal band, and then they had right after that, there was a band called Intervals, which is another prog metal / degent band. No lyrics in their music. They don't actually have a vocalist. They have a lead guitarist, a rhythm guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer. But the dude on stage was super fun. And then Tesseract took the stage, and everything got super fucking lit. But anyway, I went there. I went there with a buddy of mine, who I haven't really talked to much since I was like maybe 12 or 13. But I reconnected with him recently, found out he was a huge fan of the band, so he and I went up to go watch them together. It was cool to reconnect with them. It was the second time he had seen them. And we had basically front row seats to it all. It was a standing pit only. There was no seats. Unless you had a VIP package and you were on the balcony, but we did not. So, but yeah, it was super cool. I went to that concert. I just wanted to point out that, speaking of British people, I went to go see a British metal band.
Nice.
And, look up Tesseract, go listen to their music, it will change your life. Anyway, but anyway, that was cool. But then we slept and froze our asses off all night in tents, which was awesome, I guess. And then we drove back from Chicago the next day. So, yeah.
Okay, good to know.
That's all I wanted to do.
No, that's good to know. Good to know. All right, anyway.
Check my Twitter for cool footage. Anyway, go ahead.
My teenage brother came to visit me along with our dad. My mom joined a couple days later, and altogether they stayed for like a week. Brother is autistic. Brother is autistic, and he prefers to just eat fried chicken for every meal. He will have
awesome. TLC is calling
based.
now.
I like fried chicken.
Get this man on My Strange Addiction immediately.
He will have rice and some curries sometimes too, but like 85% of his meals are fried chicken. Honestly, based, I get it. Fried chicken's awesome. I love fried chicken.
I mean, if you're gonna pick one thing,
yeah,
make your thing.
I was making prawn pasta from scratch for my dad and my brother, and my brother asked if I could make him some because he liked the look of it, so I did. I have frozen chicken tenders in the freezer, so if he hates it, I could have made those quickly for what it's worth. Okay.
Oh, is that what that fucking means? For woofa?
Yeah. Yeah, for what it's worth.
Oh, didn't do that.
Yeah. My mom hates prawns, so they basically don't eat it at their home. She decided, though, that means nobody in our family likes prawns.
Typical mum behavior.
Right. Anyway, when she arrived, my brother started raving about the pasta I made for them, and as soon as he mentioned that I had prawns, my mom lost it. She started yelling at me, saying I was inconsiderate of my brother's needs, the brother who was raving about how good the pasta was, and that I should have just made him a fried chicken burger instead of trying to force him out of his comfort zone. Even though he liked the pasta.
These prawns slap. He is losing it! He's miserable! Look at him suffering there! These prawns hit different, man.
These prawns slap respectively. It's been weeks and she's still mad at me over it. Even more so today because apparently little bro asked her to get the recipe from me. Am I the asshole? No.
No.
God, no. Top comment. if your brother asked to eat some of the food, ate it, and liked it, there's no problem. You had a backup option of his favorite meal for if/when he didn't like what you cooked. Sounds like your mother was mad you made a food your brother enjoyed and she doesn't. So she doesn't want to have to cook it for him. That is
It's an accurate summation.
That is absolutely fucking incredible.
Oh yeah. That's good.
I can't get.
Yeah.
That is one of the most comical fucking overreactions from an entitled mother I've ever seen. It's like, hey mom.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's like, hey mom, I really like this. Oh my god, I can't believe this. How could you?
Sarah, can you read?
Nope, don't want to read. Just want to comment today.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
If you change your mind, let us know.
Am I the asshole for lying about what college/university I attended and sabotaging my marriage?
I mean,
is he?
Is he?
Context will determine. My 31M parents have been asked, well, what are their ages and genders? Fucking women. Have been asking me to get married for some time now, and I agreed. They looked, you should have sex. I'd like that as well. What a weird conversation. They looked for a woman who'd be most suitable of me before finding someone. This sounds like a different culture. I visited her house to meet her. The conversation was started by her father. He wanted to know my background, etc. They belong to a privileged background and are extremely wealthy. I have attended one of the top universities in the world to get an excellent education, but I was sponsored. However, they did not seem to mind my family's wealth as long as I personally have a good job and a top-tier education, as he framed it. I told him that I'm a doctor, as he had been told before our arrival, and confirmed what area I specialize in. But he wanted to specifically know what college I graduated from. He talked about how his daughter has a degree in engineering from the best institution in the country, and that he will not accept someone who is of a lower academic caliber. This is definitely a different culture.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like alien to me.
Yeah, this. If this feels, I'm getting India vibes. Are you also getting India vibes?
I'm getting some like India, Middle Eastern vibes ish. Yeah.
Don't conflate those two regions.
Yeah.
That rubbed me off the wrong way. He knew that I am a doctor. I thought it was the height of pretentious behavior to set a barrier on the university I attended. I knew that I could very, very easily match his requirement given my university, but that's not the kind of family I wanted to be married into. So I lied. I mentioned a normal state college from my city, and he appeared pissed off. Apparently that wasn't good enough for the family or his daughter, who said he was interning at the USA. Later, he learned that I had lied and learned which one I had actually attended and that I work in the UK. Buy green card British alert. Green card alert.
Green card alert.
He called us again by asking us why we had said that, apologized for his rudeness, and wanted to talk about the marriage again. However, I refused by saying I don't want to have such a pretentious bastards as my in-laws or my wife. My parents are mad at me for deliberately sabotaging it, though, and calling him for that. Am I the asshole? No, you're a Chad Sigma male.
Yeah, this is actually kind of based, buddy.
Yep. Oh, in the comment, works in the UK, he's from India. Yep.
Yep.
Knew it. Called it.
Sounds about right.
Somebody pick up the phone because I fucking called it. Yeah, no, you're not the asshole. Based, actually. Pretty based Chad behavior.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of shit just like that shouldn't be a thing anymore. God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, fucking the standards here, man. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
you're a fucking doctor and you're not good enough? Fuck off.
Doctors got it fucking made in general. God almighty. Anyway, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not letting my neighbor borrow my car? It's your car, isn't it? I, 30F, recently moved to a new state over the spring and luckily have become fairly well acquainted with some of my new neighbors, one being Jess, 36F. For some context, Jess and her husband share a car. Jess is a stay-at-home mom and normally has their car during the day while her husband is at work. She runs errands, does pick-up drop-off for her 4-year-old, that goes to pre-K. Well, recently Jess's husband was promoted at his job, and this requires him to drive to several different stores, no company vehicle, so he's using the car now. I was not aware, but apparently today was his first day in his new role, and she was without a car to get her son from school. I as well as a stay-at-home mom, but my daughter was home sick from school today with a fairly high fever. Well, just reached out this afternoon asking if I could give her a ride to pick up her son from school. I said I wouldn't be due to my own child being sick, and I didn't want to bring her out of the house if I didn't have to. Plus, I'm not trying to get others sick. She understood and then followed up with asking if she could take my car since it's just sitting today. I said no. There's a few thoughts behind this, but ultimately it comes down to 2 main points. A, my car is a manual transmission. She has told me in the past that she has only driven a manual once.
Manual master race!
Let's go!
Let's go!
This is the most based Redditor. And it was when she was... Okay, she was only driven a manual once, and it was when she was a teen. I'm not trying to have my car be her guinea pig to try and relearn a manual, especially without me in the car with her. B, I'm not comfortable letting others borrow my car. It is a massive liability. She was taken aback when I said no to her request. She was able to arrange a ride to go pick up her son from school, but she'll be in the same situation on Monday when her son has school again. While I feel bad for her situation of only having one car and the need for the car changing, I don't feel like I should be responsible for supplying a second vehicle for her to use. I'm not totally opposed to helping pick her son from school, since that seems to be when she needs the most help, but I'm not comfortable loaning my car out either. So am I the asshole? No, you have completely reasonable reasons for not letting her borrow the car. You don't want...
This is yet another... Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is yet another case of, it wouldn't be bad if you did, but it's not bad that you don't either.
Yeah. Like, this is entitlement from your neighbor, because it's like, well, I don't have a car. Clearly someone has to help me here.
I do like two top comments response. It's not the asshole and all. You need your car, even if you aren't using it. What if your daughter's fever spiked and suddenly you needed to get her to a doctor?
Yeah.
It's honestly good you said no, because it sounds to me like she was testing the waters for future car favors from you. She managed to solve her own problem just fine without imposing on you. Maybe her husband can get her a nice used car with that fancy promotion.
Yeah. Just, like, get a fucking beater or something. Like, come on.
Yeah, this does kind of feel like testing the waters to see how much they can get away with.
Yeah. Like... And again, she hasn't driven a manual transmission since she was in her teen years, and that was only once. I don't blame you for not wanting her to be a fucking guinea pig for that. Like, no, I get it. Yeah. I fucking get it.
I get it.
Like, literally, fucking, when Mike, when you, me, and QA the Third went to, like, round 1 in Canes, somewhat recently, like, we had a whole fucking conversation about people going from automatic to manual and just being like, you need to know the car well, you need to, understand how it feels, and, like, manual doesn't feel the same between, like, every car, or so it's best to have some...
Yeah, it absolutely takes practice, to learn. It absolutely takes a significant amount of practice to learn how to drive a manual transmission car. And you will fuck it up initially.
Yeah,
me?
Everyone will.
Aww.
It's like riding a bike. There's nothing I can tell you that teaches you how to ride a bike. Yeah. You just have to, like, I can tell you the basics, but you have to feel it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, reacting to what the car's doing and reacting to, physical feedback that you have to understand when you're driving in manual. And it's just one of those skills that can't be taught verbally. You have to, like, just learn it, like, it has to become muscle memory.
Yeah.
Essentially. So it's like, it takes even someone who's been driving automatics or, like, paddle shifters or, like, anything that emulates a manual, like, it's still, like, when you actually switch to a real manual, it takes a significant amount of time to adjust.
Yeah.
There's just no way around it.
Yeah. So again, I do not blame OP at all for not wanting to let.
And screwing up means you grind the gears, and clutches are expensive to replace.
Yep. So again, like, super not the asshole here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Even if it was an automatic transmission, also, I would not blame them because.
Yeah. But enough of that story. It's time for a large Tifu.
Oh, fun. Maybe.
And if the title is to be believed, maybe 2 large Tifus in quick succession. Today I fucked up by contacting my representatives. And a follow-up fuck-up.
Oh no.
The update to this story actually happened today, 8 days ago, but the first part is from a few months ago. So to start, I work as a federal security guard. Basically, I'm an armed guard on federal property. One of the buildings I work at, I learned had the office of 2 senators. As someone who was previously a political science major, I thought this was pretty cool. The thought of maybe someday randomly seeing a senator, even though I know they're in DC a lot. Another thing is that I kept hearing from coworkers that large city name was having a lot of drug overdoses, so it's something to look out for. People in the city have overdosed on our property, and it was becoming more common. I started to think about how our company was trained in CPR and first aid, but not specifically drug overdose and naloxone. So I had an idea. I put together a presentation for my company about the benefits of naloxone, a drug usage statistic in the city, and why I think our guards should have it on them. When I spoke to some higher-ups about the fact that I had made the presentation, they immediately shot it down and said that there's no point in doing a presentation because it's an impossible ask anyway. To quote, honestly, it would probably take an act of Congress to change something that drastic. I don't know, contact your representatives. Bummer. He actually wrote bummer. Bummer. A few weeks later, I was back at the building, and I suddenly realized that I didn't even have to make a call or email. I could just go to the office to leave a comment. So, during my 10-minute break, I did. It took probably less than 5. I gave my spiel to one of the senator's assistants through an intercom. Not sure why he didn't open the door, but that's how he took my comment. Pretty basic, same concept. Hi, I'm a security guard that works here. I thought it would be a cool idea if our security guards could be armed up with Narcan. Due to the increase in drug overdoses in the city, it would be beneficial if we could combat it.
But yes.
Yeah, and help it, much like we do with CPR and first aid. 30-second pause. Okay, thanks. Thought that was a weird pause, but went back to my post. Happy that I did my part as a citizen. I felt good about the cause. A couple of hours later, 2 federal officers that we work with approached me and asked to speak with me privately. A little scared that I maybe had accidentally intimidated the assistant by coming up there in uniform. I don't know. They looked very stern. We were contacted and said you went up to the senator's office. Yeah? Why did you say that you think all of the officers are on drugs and you feel unsafe with them being armed because they're all probably overdosing druggies? I was in that's kind of how he wrote it.
Yeah.
I was in complete disbelief. I explained what I actually said, and the officers relaxed and said, yes, okay, yes, I agree with the sentiment. Unfortunately, not even we have Narcan, sorry. But it would be nice. Anyway, you'll be getting a call from your top boss. The email was sent to your entire chain of command. You'll be having a meeting with them soon. So mortified that I cried. Luckily, the post I was guarding was a closed room, so it didn't really affect my job. I just can't understand how my message got fucked up that badly. I was trying to do a nice thing. Skipping ahead, I have the meeting. It's extremely embarrassing to have to explain that I am not insane and have some kind of drug conspiracy theory about my coworkers. And the end result was basically like, yes, all right, you meant well, but maybe save trips to the senator's office for a day off. Do it on your own time, not when you're in uniform. I got off of no punishments because I didn't actually do anything. It's just the world's worst game of telephone had been played, but it was awkward. Fast forward to today, 8 days ago. Months later, 8 days ago, I'm on my first vape break of the day, saying hi to a coworker, when he mentions that the other senator will be coming in today. That's awesome. Do you know when? I'm just trying to see if I can catch a glance. I mean, it is a senator, after all. I know my boundaries, though. Don't go to their office, of course. I won't even try to talk to them. They've got better things to do, I assume. They don't. They really don't. But catching a glance would be cool, especially when it's right next to where I take my vape breaks. I don't know why he keeps mentioning it. I get it. You're cool. I asked if he'd let me know when they get there, in case it's my break time again. He says no problem, of course. Pretty exciting. You might see where this is going. 3 hours later, it's getting closer to when my break time again, so I call him and ask if they already came in, since I'll be taking my break soon. He says, not yet, probably in a few minutes. Bummer. Might miss them. Oh well. 30 minutes later, I get a very accusatory call from one of my bosses. Boss, quote, why are you trying to find out when the senator is arriving? Because I thought it'd be cool to catch a glance. I'm supposed to be taking my vape break soon, so I'll be outside. Don't go to their office. We've already talked about this. I'm not going to their office. I know the rules. I just meant to catch a peek when they drive in, since it's when I take my vape breaks. Okay, it's weird you're trying to see a senator, is it? If Joe Biden was coming through, wouldn't you think it was cool and try to sneak a peek? It's not weird. I'm just into politics. Okay, just don't be asking any weird questions. Mind your business, okay? Okay. Didn't end up seeing the senator. Oh well. A couple hours after that, one of the union reps comes in. What happened today? As I explained, and it made sense to him, he understood. He then asked me, you know why our boss called? Why it got weird? You want to guess who the other guard was standing next to when you called and asked if the senator was there yet? Our boss? Nope, it was Capitol Police, and they became very suspicious about why someone was calling and asking if the senator was there yet. They started asking a lot of questions, and once again, I'm mortified. I'm just a fan. I'm not planning anything weird. Am I cursed? I have decided, from now on, I don't know any senators. What's a senator? No, who? Never heard of them. I'll run away, since apparently I just have the worst luck. I'm not in trouble, because I didn't do anything. Again! I'm just really annoyed by the implication, especially when it all cleared up last time. I understand people can be crazy, but I'm not a rando. I specifically have security clearance to work here. Whatever. I'll just go hide in a hole forever. TLDR, try to be a good citizen by contacting my representatives. The message got scrambled. My company thought I was accusing them of crimes. Creates weird tension. Months later, I hear the representative is coming into the building. Try to catch a glimpse of them, and once again, my intentions are misunderstood.
Okay, this feels like it's on the verge of a large Tifu, but it's not quite there yet, so...
Yeah, I had the same thought, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's like, okay, so at the end, nothing happened. This is not a large Tifu.
But you don't understand, he felt awkward feelings. And that's, to some people, that's the worst thing.
Boy,
some people...
these people have very easy lives if that's the worst thing they've ever found.
I have learned that to some people, feeling awkward or uncomfortable is the end of the world.
I mean, I hate feeling awkward and uncomfortable, but I'm not going to be like, this is the worst day of my life, this is horrible. I'm going to be like, well, that sucks anyway. Moving on. Like, it's not worth going into a fucking death spiral over.
Yeah. Anyway, not a large Tifu. Fun story, though.
Yeah, fun story. Contact your representatives. Just don't do it like he did.
Yeah, don't do it different. You ever see that video where the guy tried to contact representatives in every state and only like 3 of them responded?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Fun video. We have a great system. Anyway. Here's one for you.
Right. Am I the asshole for calling out my partner for changing her lock screen whilst on a girly holiday with a morally corrupt friend? Why do you want to know how to open your partner's lock screen? Why do you want to know that?
What do you consider morally corrupt? And furthermore, what is a girly holiday?
Yeah. The title alone has like 3 red flags. That's saying a lot.
I'm intrigued though. There's a lot of potential story hooks here.
My M54 partner, F55. These people have been around for a while. Okay. And I are planning to move in together in February, where I'll put a stake into her house. So serious stuff. Wanting to spend the rest of our lives together.
You don't have to physically. You don't have to. It's not the moon. You don't got to plant a flag there.
Yeah. She has a friend whom she has known since 10, living in a boarding school in the same dormitories. They are very different people, but get on due to their history and proximity to each other in later life. My partner's friend has never been faithful to anyone, has cheated on... Oh, one of these people. Has cheated on everyone since she had a relationship, and in the case of her 20-year marriage, was unfaithful many times. He has since ditched her, and she has been very active on the dating scene since despite having a long-time lover. So they went away on holiday together, which I was a bit paranoid about. Where beforehand, my partner had Botox in her face, as did her friend, false eyelashes put on that look like brooms. Honestly, at this age, have a bit more decorum.
Yeah, you are lacking in decorum, madam.
Anyway, am I the asshole for calling out my partner as she had changed her lock
Who
screen
the
from...
fuck still uses that term?
Right. Anyway,
Decorum.
am I the asshole for calling out my partner as she has changed her lock screen from a picture of me, had been that picture for 7 months, to one of her 20-year-old kids while on holiday? This was after admitting her friend was looking at dating apps whilst abroad, which she played down as locality services popping up natives of the area, although it would have also popped up same nationality as her that was visiting the island too. Her friend is addicted to dating apps. My partner says she can't remember changing her lock screen, to which I said, timing sucks, and it's not something you can do accidentally on an iPhone. She just says she can't remember doing it. In her defense, she kept the lock screen for weeks before she changed it back, when you'd think she would have changed it back on the flight back. She really isn't that stupid. Am I the asshole, 2 words apparently, for calling her out?
There's not a lot to latch mentally. There's not a lot for me to latch on to here. I feel like I'm in a tunnel covered in Vaseline.
Honestly, my big takeaway from this is mind your fucking business, dude.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mind your goddamn business.
There's just a lot here. I don't like anyone here. I don't like anyone in this story.
Yeah,
I relate to none of this. Again, I'm falling down a tunnel coated in Vaseline, and I can't grip onto anything.
I can't.
Yeah, this is. I don't live your life, buddy. Be self-conscious enough to realize that you live on a lonely island.
Not to be confused with Lonely Island, the band.
I think everyone in this
I'd love
story
to live on
could
an
use-
island with Lonely Island.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
We'd be throwing down banger tracks all the time. Can we get Little Dicky up there too?
Oh,
Just to make all the shitpost songs.
Mhm.
And maybe we can get Demon Dice up there too. She's made shitposts before.
What a strange community we're building. Anyway,
The best
The
community.
island of shitpost music. Let's go.
anyway, I know objectively this is probably a you're the asshole, but I'm gonna say everyone sucks here because I don't like anyone here.
Yeah,
They all suck. Everyone in this story could use more decorum, honestly.
Yeah, everyone here sucks in a different, special way, exclusive to them.
Perhaps to varying levels, but it's an unpleasant scenario. I don't want to watch this movie, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's my verdict on that. Oh, it was fake.
Okay.
I faked it. Yeah. I do it sometimes. Anyway. Large Tifa time.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Today I fucked up by drawing a mean, humiliating depiction of my sociology teacher. I feel fucking terrible.
I'm sorry, you said that, and first thing I thought of was fucking Big Fat Meanie from SpongeBob.
As if I really look like this. Today I walked into class like always. The class is typically a really relaxed place. Our teacher, I'll call him Mr. Daniels, is a very funny and pretty informal when it comes to banter with us. It felt like every normal day, being productive, but also just cracking jokes and such. Our class is mature. We're a year from graduation, and it's a very welcome way to cool down when school's getting me stressed. Well, I got bored whilst waiting for the other students to catch up on the worksheet we were doing. Taking a piece of paper, I immediately began mindlessly doodling as always. I saw my teacher's side profile and began to try and draw. I am not someone who draws, by the way, so I ended up making his head pretty large and giving him a comically fat chin. I should have just crossed it out and went back to doing whatever. My buddy who sat next to me decided, yeah, fuck, I had time to be a comedian. I drew him with patchy stubble, a comically big nose, a text bubble of him saying "Gaish" instead of guys. I guess I was trying to be comical.
I guess.
My shitty masterpiece was done, and I just put it under my work for now, waiting for a moment to generate a few laughs amongst my peers and such. Eventually, Mr. Daniels is discussing something, and he's joking to a fellow classmate, so I stupidly hold up the drawing and say, hey, I did a portrait of you. He stopped. He looked. I anticipated a smile and a, what is that? He took the paper and told me to see him after class because a line had just been crossed. My stomach instantly dropped, and I realized that I had done fucked up and did so badly. The last few minutes of class went by, and all my classmates started smiling and laughing as I remained seated, leaving me in the room with Mr. Daniels.
Ooh, you in trouble? Ooh.
Oh! And the worst part, I expected him to shout,
No.
to chew me out, which was obviously deserving of me drawing a humiliating picture of him. Like, come on, I'm supposed to be looking for college placements, and here I was doing this infantile garbage. He told me that out of everybody in class, I was the last one on the list of people he thought would have done that for some peer validation. His voice never raised. He simply just echoed that dull, disappointed hum. He sighed, and I said sorry, probably 100 times. I felt like I'd regressed back to being a scared 8-year-old in the hallway of my elementary school after misbehaving, knowing that I deserved the full consequence of whatever actions were being aimed at me. I'd never done this before. I got high off the atmosphere of the room. I took having a little fun way too fucking far. I'll remind everyone in the audience they drew a doodle on a piece of paper. He started asking me if I'd ever been picked on at my school. I answered, yes, my voice cracking at points when I tried to restrict those 8-year-old schoolboy-esque tears. Yes, I know, I'm almost 18, and I was breaking under the scrutiny of my teacher, but I felt this incomprehensible titan of sheer shame. He asked me questions like, who do I have at home? I just said, mother, something he once relayed to the class as well. I also have a mom. What? Crazy. He said my way of getting...
No.
He's I thought you just popped out of the ground like a dwarf. He said my way of getting forgiveness from him was to try and work on getting some college applications out and reporting back to him on Monday. I feel like he may have felt bad for me. Maybe he saw himself in what I was telling him. But I don't feel at all deserving of any of it. He started cracking a smile, telling me on which colleges to avoid, which would suck. All the meanwhile, I still felt like utter shit. I struggled to see why he would reply to my mean-spiritedness with trying to help me. I don't know, he might be a good person or something. That could be part of it.
Yeah.
It's been a few hours. My classmates have all laughed it off. I feel like I should too. After all, Mr. Daniels told me he's not going to log any of this and was simply going to forget it happened. But I feel like I got off lightly for a stupid act. One that betrayed one of the only people in my school trying to make education less harrowing.
So
I continue to feel like such a fucking asshole.
So
this is not large. This is not large.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
Yeah, again.
Why did people? This is large to me, but it's not large on the grand scale of things. People need to. Oh, God damn it. Okay, write it. Listen. God damn it. Learn to take a step back from the elephant's ass and see the whole elephant. Your problems are fucking minuscule. Your fuck ups are tiny. I lived through 2 actual large Tifus. You ever come to my bar and trade those war stories? I'm gonna laugh you out of there, and you'll be missing a few teeth.
I feel like it's partially the nature.
Namby-pamby fucking weakling zoomer pieces of shit.
I feel like it's partially.
Abort yourselves.
Wow. I feel like it's partially. I feel like it's partially the nature of the beast when it comes to today. I fucked up because it encouraged. Well, you don't have to post it immediately. There's a large emphasis on something bad happened to me. I must post to Reddit about it. And when it just happened, those feelings are at their most at their strongest.
Yeah.
And your perception of scale.
Well, that's
is at
what I
its
mean.
weakest.
That's what I mean. You can't see the whole elephant if you're shoved up his ass.
Yeah.
You got to get away from the situation and
Yeah,
and
especially
kind of like look at it as a whole picture.
Especially if you're 17, everything's a huge deal to you when you're 17.
Exactly. Yeah. Like every single fuck up you make is gonna feel large, but
Kevin, can we hit the pussy button, please? Pussy.
Anyway, no, it's a minor thing that we're harping on here, just the categorization of the Tifu, because the Tifu itself, fine, whatever, but like, yeah, we expect better of the categorization because it's getting a little silly.
Yeah.
Again, I know it was an extra large, but Rock and Ear Guy, 13 years.
Again, that's our top. That's our higher end of Tifus there. So
yeah. Correct.
Your life could be so much worse. Be happy that it isn't. And also,
That's what the Reddit dive's really all about, making us all feel better about ourselves.
Yeah.
But now it's over, and it's time for the lightning round.
Fuck, already? Damn.
Yeah, I didn't have much time to prepare.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
I like how unpopular opinion has an Israel mega thread. So I'll point that out. It's time for the lightning round where we go to unpopular opinion for some unpopular opinions that may be unpopular, maybe not, maybe we agree, maybe we don't. Let's find out right now! Unpopular opinion, being on your phone at work is not unprofessional unless it's actually affecting your performance.
Yes. I would agree there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speak to Sheridan, who is on his phone at work frequently.
Extremely frequently. Honestly, probably on it more than he's off it.
I think it depends on the job. Like, obviously, I don't want you sitting there on like your phone or whatever. Like when we're getting slammed at McDonald's and we have 2,000 burgers to make.
Yeah.
Like time to unplug and get the work done, right? But if your area is clean and there's really nothing going on, like taking a few seconds to check Twitter or to like reply to some shit on Facebook, or even like my favorite was having an earbud in, one earbud, not two. I have to be able to talk to you, but like having one earbud in and being able to listen to music, as long as it doesn't affect your performance, have that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
or even
especially
listening
some
to
jobs. The Baka Gaijin show.
That's also that's also true. Actually, don't listen to Mr. Beast. Listen to us. We're better. We're poorer, but we're better.
We're better, and we have much more accurate opinions.
That's true. This post is too long for a lightning round. I'm not reading that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nope. Honestly, these are so bad. I could probably actually. Fine. Okay, let's get into it. Fuck it. This guy wrote an essay. Let's get into it. Whatever.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion: individualism is leading to the death of courtesy. Everybody thinks they're the main character these days. They'll argue for reasons why they should be allowed to inconvenience other people, and others will agree. People don't give anyone else the benefit of the doubt, nor do they go out of their way to be polite. Where I live, for example, we used to be known for how politely and efficiently we queue and get in public transport. Now people will push ahead of others just to stand in the way, not paying attention to anything but themselves. Even when it's not busy, people just do their own thing, taking their sweet time to get on or off, standing in the way even when there's free space. God forbid that they should have to walk an extra step to make it easier for other passengers. What I find insufferable personally is how loud everyone is. People yell over each other. People play music in public on their phone. People are on speakerphone in public. In my apartment building, people blare music and yell in the fucking hallways. I'm not an advocate for being seen and not heard, but surely there's a middle ground between silence and having to hear your secondhand YouTube video in a grocery store. This whole century of the self has led to selfishness and a serious lack of sympathy for and interest in other humans in the West. Even listening to how people date these days, they don't seem to care about what they can do for their partners. They want people to impress them instead. Everyone thinks they're better than everyone else and more deserving of special treatment. I know I sound old, but I truly feel like there's less everyday courtesy, and in my opinion, it's because here in the West, we get bombarded with the message that we're all unique and special and amazing, and I agree. Everyone is. But that means we should all care a lot more about each other, try to help each other live better, instead of competing for space and attention. There's room for being unique and special, and also being kind, generous, and courteous. Anyway, this will probably be removed.
So I'm not a huge, you know me, I'm not a fan of Ben Shapiro. But that being said, he did have one thing that he said, which I kind of love, and it's that you live in America. Stop giving a shit about other people. Focus on yourself. And like my whole thing is like it's okay to do that. It's okay to be a little self-centered and to be, and to focus on yourself and to work on what you can control in your life and to show off a bit. Where I draw the line with that though is being actively like cruel or insensitive towards other people.
Yeah.
Like so the whole idea of like let's focus on ourselves and like talk about how hot shit we are and show off a bit, that's fine. We live especially in America, we live in a fucking capitalist society. If you're not trying to if you're not constantly grinding towards the top, then you're just going to fall to the bottom. Like, that's just kind of the society we live in.
Yep.
Like, in present day. So, like, I understand that, but, like, you have to do it without, you know, being a menace to everyone else around you, because, at the end of the day, that's also going to hurt you, because there's more people in society than you. My thing is, you know, I'm not saying that any inconvenience is unacceptable, but like the blaring of the loud music, the cutting people off, lacking common courtesy, I do see much less of that. And people will gaslight themselves and each other, because they're actually gaslighting themselves by supporting other people to do this. They gaslight themselves or other people into believing that being a self-centered prick and saying the number of times I have seen online people sharing extraordinarily hostile or hateful opinions, and then when you try to say, dude, that's a little far, they're like, sorry, that's just the truth, and you have to suck it up and stop being a Nancy and deal with it.
Yeah,
it's
they just double down.
Yeah, they just double down, and they're doing it because they want to be all about themselves, and they don't want to be communal at all. Like, and I'm just like, that's not good. Like, you have to like focus on yourself, but don't be a menace to society, like, at the same time.
I feel like all of human history, when you really, really boil it down, has been the struggle between the individual and the collective, and balancing.
Well, my statement is, you know, live your life however you wish, as long as it's not actively harming others.
Well, that's exactly what he's saying, though, is that, you know, this cult of individualism leads to this sort of main character syndrome.
Well, and it's not even a main character syndrome. It's complete narcissism.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, you know, and main characters need a supporting cast, you know, and you can't have a supporting cast if you piss everyone else around you off around you, and because, you know, you decided you want to move into a complex and, like, you know, blare your music all the time and smoke weed and muck up everybody else's fucking experience. It's like, just deal with it, bro. Like,
Yeah. But, you know, I feel...
Stay humble, kids. We're all dust at the end of the day.
Sure. As far as the actual opinion itself, though, I'm inclined to agree. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree.
That wasn't very lightning at all, but it was interesting.
Yeah, I do agree.
Sorry, Kevin has an opinion. Let's listen.
No, yeah, I do agree that, like, there is, like, individualism in itself on a personal level is not a problem. It's when that individualism begins to affect other people around you and you begin to actually infringe on other people's convenience and quality of life. That is actually an issue. So yeah, I do agree with that.
As I was saying, to extrapolate what I was saying, though, again, I feel like most of history has been a tug of war between the individual and the collective, and there is, I believe, an ideal median, like an ideal middle ground, where from both a personal and societal view, where both the individual and the collective are cherished and the responsibilities and privileges thereof are balanced. But I feel like throughout human history, it's been like trying to get a card to stand up on by itself, you know, on a table. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, there is an ideal balance, but the world is so complicated that it often tips to either side just by nature of how precarious that balance is. I hope we find it one day, you know. Anyway, actual lightning round time.
Okay.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: people make too big a deal out of fall. Well, it's cool. First of all,
yeah,
we're entranced by the beauty of nature.
Yeah,
how about you fuck off?
Plus, it's in that nice little middle ground where it's much cooler than summer, but not quite as like dick ass cold as winter. So
yeah, like autumn is a good time. I think there's a lot of reasons people make a big deal out of fall. One, it does have, especially if you live in a cool temperate zone.
Yeah,
it's pleasantly chilly. It's a pleasant coolness. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Fall also has probably the most obvious tells that it's fall.
Yeah,
like visually. Compared to other seasons, so you can feel the transition, And it's also the time of the year where most of our major Western holidays are. So, there's, if you're of the nature to partake in that, then that is something to look forward to and, commiserate about. So I feel like it's a stretch of the year that people enjoy for that reason.
Yeah.
So I think we tend to make about as big a deal out of fall as it is. It's appropriate.
Yeah.
It's not overrated. It's not underrated. It's rated.
Besides, fall is also where Halloween and Thanksgiving are, which are two very communal holidays. So
that's what I just fucking said. Whatever.
Oh, okay,
fine.
okay, yeah.
You're right. You're right because I was right first.
Oh, okay.
We're right together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what the fuck is this? Hold on, I gotta figure out what they mean by this.
Okay.
Soft water is terrible compared to hard. I'm currently stuck in a short-term rental with some pretty soft water, and I'd forgotten how much I hate it. Taking a shower is the worst. I feel like I can't get soap off of anything. I never feel clean. It is much harder to towel off. My hair clumps all weird after a shower, and it straight up tastes disgusting. Why would anyone on earth buy a water softener? What the hell is this? Why would you want to get rid of those wonderful minerals just so you can feel slimy all the time? More amazingly, the water softener industry is worth multiple billions per year. I'm clearly in the minority here. What the fuck is water softening? Someone explain this to me.
Hold on. Water.
Yeah, other comments are confused. I'm assuming it has something to do with the amount of chemical treatment or minerals in the water. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, it's like it looks to be like a type of like water filter thing. Yeah, okay, just say water filtering. God, fuck. You people are weird.
Because you say soft water and hard water, I'm like, all water is soft. It's water. It's only hard if you're coming at it at high velocity.
No. Hard water is God, what is the definition of hard water?
Also, like, it gets into the weird dichotomy of like soft drinks and hard drinks. So when you say hard water, I'm thinking like what, vodka?
No, hard water is like water that has like a very high mineral content, like your average tap water these days.
Our average tap water has a high mineral content?
Usually, which is part of why a lot of people utilize filtration systems on their sinks. It's just so they can filter out most of that.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. I don't know. I haven't drinking tap water in a very long time. Not since the incident.
I believe you've told me the incident.
No, I'm talking about the fucking oil spills and shit.
Yeah.
I know technically I live in the waterfront above that one, but I'm paranoid of contaminations.
Yeah.
And also I never we have bottled stuff. It's easy for me. Anyway. Unpopular opinion, now is the best time in human history to be alive. I mean, technically, if you really think about it and expand all fucking angles, generally speaking, the best time to be alive is usually the present.
Usually, yeah.
I feel like the human race, in terms of just quality of living and standards and shit, obviously this differs a lot depending on where you live in your exact situation. There's a lot of people, a lot of situations to be in, but I feel like on the whole, it's an upward trajectory. It's a very gradual upward trajectory, but it's an upward trajectory, What's the oft-quoted thing? The average poor person lives better than the kings of old,
Yeah, that's absolutely true these days.
Yeah. So thanks for the perspective, asshole. Fuck you. Unpopular opinion, character-shaped Kraft mac and cheese tastes better than the regular generic original small noodle version. You know why that is? More surface area for more cheese.
Yeah.
Also, it might have something to do with like the aeration because of all the holes they use to make the shapes. I'm assuming that's probably part of it.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not like a gastroenterologist or whatever. I probably butchered that, but like, I know some things about food, and I think that's the reason. Unpopular opinion: Jack Skellington deserved better. And what's... I just
Don't
got
get me
them
started on that fucking movie.
I just got them rewatching the movie, and it's honestly really sad when you genuinely realize that Jack only ever wanted to make everyone happy. Even when Sally told him multiple times it was a bad idea and it would go wrong, he was too excited and optimistic to even consider what she was saying. It did end up going wrong. Jock felt horrible. He swore up and down to make everything right and fix what he had done, and he did. He played... What do you... The movie has a happy ending, though. I'm not sure what you're talking about here. I feel like he got exactly what he deserved with the effort he put into the... This is weird. This is weird. You're weird. You watched a movie and felt feelings, and that's fine, but I don't need to hear about it.
Yeah, okay.
Unpopular opinion: cheese and coffee is delicious.
Ew, huh? What?
You're
like
shit
throwing...
posting. You're shit posting. You're shit posting. You're not being real right now.
I like throwing some cheese cubes in my coffee and eating it, and after it melts at the bottom.
No. Some
people find that disgusting, but I honestly think it's amazing. The gooey cheese at the bottom of the cup that absorbed the milk and sugar is fantastic. I don't do it with black coffee, though. Have any of you guys done this? No. No one else has done this. I doubt that you have done this.
You know,
I demand video evidence of you both doing this and enjoying it.
You know, it's a good thing that I typically drink my coffee first thing in the morning before I do any recording or talking to people, because otherwise that would have put me off coffee for the rest of the day.
Hold on, I'm going to make an ultimatum here. I demand video evidence of you both doing this and actually enjoying it, because I don't believe you. Let's see if he gets back to us about that. Look forward for updates on that. Probably not. I doubt it. We're calling you out, user old property 3009. You're not 3000 and fine. Anyway. Unpopular opinion: it shouldn't be seen as negative for men to receive manicures and pedicures. Get better friends.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: gum chewers are worse than cigarette smokers. Willy Wonka, get off Reddit. Go back to your factory. Unpopular opinion: Foo Fighters is better than Nirvana. I have no strong
Shit
opinion.
I took yesterday is better than Nirvana.
Alright, I forgot you hate Nirvana.
Smells like Nirvana in here. Which, for the record, that's one of the funniest Weird Al songs.
Unpopular opinion: beige is the worst color for things. That's not unpopular. A lot of people hate beige.
Beige
Not
is
unpopular.
Beige is just a boring color. Like, it's just the most nothing color.
Okay, I need to see the context of this opinion. No, fuck you. Okay. The trend of remixing old songs for movie trailers needs to die.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't have a strong opinion about
Make more creative movie trailers, goddamn you. Fuck.
That is true. I feel like a lot of movie trailers are so reliant on the insert song and not on their own material, you know?
Yeah. It's not trying to convey the actual mood of the film. It's just trying to get you to look at the
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's taking a feeling you already know and giving you that, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, like if you think about like the Lightyear trailer without the version of Rocket Man in it, like what's actually happening in the trailer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind this.
I can agree.
I can get behind this. Yeah. I can give this a shoulder rub.
I've been
like loosen the tendons.
I've been irritated about like modern movie trailers for a while, and this is a big reason why.
Well, yeah, but I usually think about it in terms of their like structure or what they show and what they don't, and not so much the insert songs.
Yeah, it's more
whatever.
Yeah, it's more so like
but
the
like,
template than anything else.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: people who talk about never getting over their first love are emotionally immature. I don't know, man. Some people have like stories.
Yeah, sometimes it's justifiable because like sometimes it really isn't a one that got away kind of situation, or there's like some major life event that was behind it. So
Or they fucked it up, or
they heavily fucked it up. Like they had a real chance and they fucked it. There are a million reasons why that could actually happen. So it's heavily dependent on the person.
Yeah, that is extremely subjective.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, that's a case by case basis thing, my dude.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: IKEA furniture really isn't that difficult to put together. Yeah, I don't know why it has that reputation. It seems like it's not that difficult.
Yeah, it literally like read the fucking instructions and make sure you don't lose shit.
That's the problem. Americans don't read though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Honestly, one of the funniest jokes about IKEA furniture actually came from Sonic Boom.
Oh, yeah?
I swear to God, Tails, if you've been confusing L brackets and T brackets this whole time!
Yeah, I remember that. It's pretty good. Unpopular opinion: people should not be allowed to dress their pets in clothes.
But what if he cold?
He's got fur, Kevin.
What if he need more? What if he need more?
How do you know that?
Him shiver.
No, fuck you. No. Oh God, are you a dog and are you a dog and sweater guy? I didn't know that about you. I'm rethinking this friendship.
Please, you've had to rethink this friendship over worse.
I don't know. It's up there on the tier list of friendship breaking incidents. You're a dog and sweater guy.
You learn so much new about me every day, every week.
Yeah, and it's never good. I feel like I learned all of the good things about you in like the first 2 years, and since then it's all been downhill.
But it's never.
I mean, you know everything good about me.
Yeah.
But do you ever really know your friends? Do you really ever know them? That's the tagline to a great Netflix show right there.
Do you ever really know your friends?
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: the human race.
The friend zone coming to Netflix 2024. Unpopular
opinion: the human race will never leave Earth. Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude, fucker.
Unpopular opinion: I prefer chips that have been left open to absorb the air's moisture. What? No. What? No, it makes it. You're describing the process of getting stale. Fuck
no,
you.
Why would you like stale No. Yeah. That's where all the flavor's gone now. Why? You're weird. I need you to understand you're weird.
Let's see here. Using turn signals when changing lanes isn't important. But how will they know? But you communicate road safety communication.
OP wants to get into a car crash.
OP thinks those animals are so fucking funny they can merge without looking.
Yeah, Rumsfeld!
And I can watch Madagascar while I'm driving.
Hippo hop.
Dude, those animals are so fucking funny. Love that so much.
It's very funny. It's very funny.
No. I don't. No. Can't relate to that. I can't relate to that.
Unrelatable, disregarded, and discarded.
Yes. That's a good phrase. That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Airlines should remove overhead storage bins. Why?
Why? What?
Bring backpack or smaller. Carry-on bag should fit under your seat. I don't know why 3/4 of the people on a plane will jump up as soon as it stops, just so they can stand and wait for everyone else to get their shit from overhead storage on different rows. I just want to get off the fucking plane. Did you write this on the plane?
Did you write this on the plane? Did you write this right when you fucking landed?
Are you currently waiting to exit the plane? Is someone a little grumpy?
Is someone grumpy that someone wanted their luggage?
Someone's a little cranky because they've been on a long flight. Everyone just wants to get their thing from the airhead storage bins.
I've been on this flight for 10 hours! Good for you, I don't care.
Okay, Grandpa, go take your nap.
Go to your hotel, take your nap.
Yep, we're gonna get off the plane, I'm gonna go to the hotel, and you can take a nice nap and forget all about it.
I don't understand people who have such a big deal about... Again, this is fucking main... This is going back to, like, that fucking main character syndrome shit. Like,
I don't have anything in the overhead storage bin, therefore nobody needs anything in the airhead the overhead. I don't know why I keep calling it the airhead. We're not storing candy up there.
Can we? Can we store candy up there? It's legal.
Airheads, they're out of control. The mystery flavor. It's always blueberry. Every time. I don't think I've ever told that story. I feel like every fucking time as a kid I got the mystery Airheads flavor, it was always fucking blue raspberry or whatever it was.
It's usually blue raspberry. I occasionally got like the cherry, but like it's usually blue raspberry.
If it's I always feel like I feel like they had a surplus of one particular flavor and they just got rid of it by calling it a mystery flavor. They're like, those stupid kids will never have more than one at a time. They'll never know the difference.
Yeah, let's just not put dye in it this time.
I had it often enough that I could tell it was mostly the same flavor over and over again. I don't know if that's just bad luck or what. I need like an Airhead scientist to tell me how lucky or unlucky I was.
We should look into that. Yeah, something we should look into. The science of the Airhead's mystery flavor.
That's a YouTube video I would click on.
Welcome to Weird History Foods. Today, the
unpopular opinion: the leftover watered-down ice soda mixture at the bottom of the cup is the best drink ever. Wow,
what?
Guy who's only ever had leftover watered-down soda ice mixture at the bottom of the cup, going, I'm getting some leftover watered-down ice soda mixture at the bottom of the cup vibes from this.
No, why would
drink other? I need you to drink other things.
Look, you and the guy that likes stale chips need to get together and have a conversation. I feel like you two would get along great.
Yeah, the bad taste club.
Together, you two will enjoy the worst theater snacks.
Also, you should get together with the cheese cubes and coffee.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
The fucking trifecta of bad snack opinions.
Unpopular opinion, this is also about food. Clubhouse sandwiches don't need a third piece of bread. The third piece of bread is essentially a filler ingredient. It's not really helpful taste-wise. It tastes like an unnecessary filler for a regular decent toasted sandwich that has the same ingredients but only 2 slices of bread.
Okay, I need you to understand it's there for structure because otherwise you just have... Otherwise the sandwich will fucking fall apart. And it's also for textural reasons. Like, come on.
Yeah, nobody adds the third piece of bread for the taste. I don't know why you got that notion.
Yeah. Like, it's there for a fucking reason. It's not for taste. It's for structure and texture. It's not
also, it's a clubhouse, and it's also a clubhouse sandwich, and clubhouses typically have more than one floor.
Usually, yeah. So, like, come on. It's like you have misunderstood the assignment.
I didn't think I'd have to explain to someone the etymology and purpose of a clubhouse sandwich today.
And the fucking third piece of bread.
But here we are.
Here we are. Now,
here we are.
Reddit is that special place where the stupidest people come in and think they have the smartest things to say.
Wait, what? Hold on. No, okay. Interesting. Kevin, I'm going to say this one just so you can say the thing, because I know you're going to say the thing.
Oh, God.
Nudist beaches are the best place for people with social anxiety.
No, the fuck. Nudist bitch!
Thank you. That's the only fucking...
Okay.
That's all I want. That's all
Happy 10th anniversary, Kill la Kill!
Yep. And on that note, I think I'm done with this. Anyway, this has been the Bakagaijinshow. Thanks for listening. I'm Siegfried. That's Sarah and Cedranor. That's C Charmander K. You can follow us on Twitter if you want. Never done it that way before. You can also join our official Discord. The link in the description. And near that description, you might also see that little button that says subscribe and the bell and whatnot. You should tap all that shit if you want more of this. More of whatever this is. If you listen to this podcast and go, more of yes, please, from the conveyor belt of podcasts into my ears, then yes. Clicky.
That gave much. I need you to understand, that gave me a very weird mental image of just like a conveyor belt of bakagaijinshow show thumbnails being conveyor belted into someone's ear canal.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. If we were popular enough to have like an animated spin-off of like animating clips from the show, that would be like an animated clip in the animation compilation.
Yeah.
Anyway, much clicks, many engagements. Give now. Zeke freak out. Ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes